to the Ganz CORTROL training series. We will provide a navigational overview of global networks within the Ganz CORTROL platform. A network, in simplest terms, is a pathway that allows CORTROL in a premier or global deployment to communicate with each server, each camera, and each client. With CORTROL Premier, the network setup is simple: one server, multiple cameras, and multiple clients. With CORTROL Global, the network is more complex, with multiple servers, multiple cameras, and multiple clients. CORTROL Global recording servers and their numerous configurations is where the complexity comes in. The configuration options are recording server, failover server, archive replication server, mirror server to the licensing server. The networks are created and managed within the CORTROL Management Console. For this video, the Management Console icon is found in the top left corner of the desktop. Start the Management Console application by double-clicking on its icon. For the login, enter the username and password created during the initial CORTROL installation. Select OK to continue. Servers are found in the configuration section at or near the top of the components list. Select Servers from the configuration section. Highlight the server entry and select Edit. CORTROL Premier and Global share a basic network configuration setup. A basic CORTROL Premier solution requires the following: a VMS port for server-client communications, an HTTP port for server, browser, and mobile app communications. Select OK to continue. A basic CORTROL Global solution requires the following: an Internet IP address, the global server IP address, a VMS port for server-client communications, an HTTP port for server, browser, and mobile app communications. Select OK to continue. CORTROL Premier and Global offer additional network functions: encryption for server-client encrypted communications, HTTPS for server, camera, browser, and mobile app secure communications, HTTPS port, the port used for HTTPS for secure communications. Digital certificate based on OpenSSL, the certificate is required for HTTPS. SNMP port and community for monitoring and managing devices through the UDP protocol. The above options will be covered in a later training video. CORTROL Global supports complex multi-network environments. Recording servers, both local and remote, can work together within a CORTROL Global deployment. Let's add a local recording server to the global deployment. Highlight the server entry and select Edit. Currently, the global server is using a basic network configuration. Expanding a global deployment to include recording servers requires a dedicated network configuration. Select Change for the network configuration. CORTROL Global deployment requires a predefined network. To add a predefined network, select plus New Network. Create the predefined network for the global licensing server. Enter a title. Though arbitrary, it should reflect the network intent. Enter the local mask, example 192.168.2.1/24. Enter the public IP, the IP address remote clients will target. Select OK to continue. Now select the global server network. Select OK to continue. The server network is now the global server network. There is now a column for local connection and internet connection configurations. The local connection lists the settings attributes for the server. The internet connections lists the external public attributes of the router. External attributes are used by remote servers and clients to communicate with the global licensing server. Select OK to continue. Let's add a recording server to the local global network. Select plus New Server from the top row of icons. For details, enter a title for the recording server. Though arbitrary, the title should reflect the intent of the server. As a side note, if failover was the intent for the recording server, failover node would be selected. Failover will be covered in a later training video. Select Connections from the side panel. The recording server will share the same network as the global server. Change the network to the global server network. Select Change for the network configuration. Select Global Server Network. A new network is not required as the recording server shares the same network as the global server. Select OK to continue. Confirm the IP address matches the recording server's local IP. When multiple CORTROL servers share the same network, it is recommended to stagger the VMS port and HTTP port. Stagger the VMS port and HTTP port sequentially, either up or down. Select OK to continue. Now, add a remote recording server to the global network. Select plus New Server from the top row of icons. For details, enter a title for the recording server. Though arbitrary, the title should reflect the intent of the server. As a side note, if failover was the intent for the recording server, failover node would be selected. Failover will be covered in a later training video. Select Connections from the side panel. The remote recording server will have its own network, separate from the global server network. Though the server is remote, as a recording server, it is recommended to create a dedicated network. Select Change for network configuration. The remote recording server does not share the same network as the global server. Select plus New Network as a new network is required. Create the predefined network for the remote recording server. Enter a title. Though arbitrary, it should reflect the network intent. Enter the local mask. Example 192.168.0.1/24. Enter the public IP, the IP address remote clients will target. Select OK to continue. Select the carry network. Select OK to continue. Confirm the IP address matches the recording server's local IP. When multiple CORTROL servers share the same network, it is recommended to stagger the VMS port and HTTP port. Select OK to continue. Here are a few things to keep in mind regarding the CORTROL Server Network. When adding recording servers to a CORTROL global system, they may add various levels of complexity to a global system. When on the same network, require VMS and HTTP ports to be staggered. When on a remote network, require a dedicated CORTROL network. Optionally, offers HTTPS, encrypted communications, and SNMP. In future training videos, we will dive deeper into the sections and functionality of the CORTROL global system. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Ganz Support by emailing support@cbcamerica.com or call 919-230-8700 and a CORTROL specialist will be happy to assist.